In this upcoming clip of Noam Chomsky, he is critical of the views of some prominent new atheists regarding Islamophobia. Chomsky argues that the new atheists often paint Islam with a broad brush, ignoring the religion's diversity and historical context. He might point out that Islam encompasses a wide range of beliefs and practices, and conflating all Muslims with extremists is misleading. Chomsky emphasizes the role of Western foreign policy in creating resentment in Muslim-majority countries. He might argue that the new atheists often overlook the historical interventions and support for authoritarian regimes in the Middle East, which have contributed to instability and radicalization. Now off to this wonderful clip of Noam Chomsky.
If I mention to you the neuroscientist and liberal atheist author Sam Harris, who you've had an online debate with, he says he'd rather Republican candidate Ben Carson, who said a Muslim shouldn't be president and has compared Syrian refugees to dogs. He said that Harris has said he would rather Carson be president of the United States than you, because Carson apparently gets the threat from so-called jihadi terrorists that you don't. What's your response to Sam Harris, who claims to be a liberal?
I don't bother with Sam Harris. He specializes in hysterical, slanderous charges against people he doesn't like. That's of no interest to me. Am I not concerned with jihadi terrorism? I'm much more concerned with it than he is. That's why I say you don't just scream at it. You look at the roots, you try to figure out how to deal with it, you respond to it. I don't take him seriously. I don't see any point in talking about him. But
well, some people would say the point about talking about it is we live in an environment where Islamophobia is on the rise in the United States, across the West. There are some who say that the new atheists, people like Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, the late Christopher Hitchens, are Islamophobes, guilty of an almost obsessive anti-Muslim bigotry, which is worrying in the current climate. Do you share that view?
I don't talk about them. First of all, I don't think it's true of Dawkins. It might have been true of Hitchens in his later years. Harris, I assume, denies it, but when I read what he says, that's what it looks like. However, the problem of Islamophobia is, of course, serious. It's just like the problem of anti-Semitism is serious.
Indeed.
This is much worse, Islamophobia now. For one thing, it is undermining us. If Islamophobia, apart from what it's doing to decent, honorable people who are subject to denunciation, physical attacks, blocking of the possibilities for decent life, what's happening to Syrian refugees and so on. Apart from all that, it's harmful to the West. Islamophobia leads to proposals like, let's carpet bomb them, let's hit them with a sledgehammer. Just take a look at what it's led to in the last 15 years. There's been what's called a global war on terror. When it began, there's been one device to deal with it, sledgehammer. Smash them up. Don't find out what's going on. Smash them up. What's happened? 15 years ago, it was confined to a tiny tribal area in Afghanistan. Now it's all over the world. Every time you hit it with a sledgehammer, you expand it. Every single time. Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya, everywhere. Can you learn something from that? Shall we say, okay, let's smash them up again because they all want to kill us? Yeah, that's one reaction. Another reaction is the sane reaction, which you do hear from people like who know something about the topic, like Scott Atran or like William Polk, a well-known Middle East expert, long experience in the U.S. government, has pretty much the same proposals. You have to deal with the situation rationally if you want to be, first of all, humane, but even concerned with your own security.
Chomsky criticizes Islamophobia, which is prejudice against Muslims based solely on their religion. However, he believes criticism of religious ideas is fair game. He might argue that the new atheists blur the line between these two concepts. Well, I hope you liked the video and give the channel a subscribe. If you wish, you can join the channel as a member, it would be greatly appreciated. Now, take care and bye-bye.